Sagittarius, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Sagittarius love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon. That way you always get notified anytime I post a new Sagittarius tarot reading for you. Now let's get on with this Sagittarius love reading for today, because today we're going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in February 2023. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Sagittarius, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get on with this Sagittarius reading, and let's start by getting one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Sagittarius and their romantic person of interest in February 2023. Okay, let's get 3 cards for you, Sagittarius. What's going on with Sagittarius as it relates to the person and the connection between them? Okay, those 2 came out together. We'll take those together. Got an extra card, so something's going on here. Get 3 cards for your person. What's going on with Sagittarius' romantic person of interest as it relates to Sagittarius and the connection between them in February 2023, please? Let's get one more for Sagi's person. What's going on with them? Okay, definitely got something going on, because I just got an extra card at the end for your person too. It looks like it might be related to you. All right. On the excuse me, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the Ace of Wands. Aces represent opportunities, new beginnings at something. So this is usually a passionate new beginning, a new beginning in passion and desire. It can be the spark of some like new desire, some new inspiration. The wand is also the phallic symbol of the tarot deck, so it represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex, things like that, passion, desire. So we got something going on with a new passionate beginning, potentially here. Probably so. Right under that, I have the 7 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy of options and choices, and confusion about those options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here. There's a lot of different ways this situation could work itself out. A lot of emotions involved here. Neither one of you wanting to make any kind of a mistake here. But it's potential here that we have someone with a passionate new beginning that has more options than they probably should have. 7 of Pentacles right under that. So I've got 2 7s in a row. 7 of Pentacles is a period of time. This is Taurus energy. It's a period of time where there's this pause to reflect and take stock of the connection between the two of you, take stock of the situation that you guys are finding yourselves in. And it's about like taking a look at this and trying to decide, is this ever going to turn into the 10 of Pentacles that I really want? Like that maximum stability and abundance and prosperity that I really want, that stable, happy home life that we all want, the combining together of 2 people and all their lives and all their assets and resources together into one. Is this ever going to turn into that? Or is this a spot where maybe things aren't going to pan out the way I want them to, and maybe I should just cut my losses and move on? So this represents that period of time where there's that contemplation about that, or a period of time where we're waiting on something to actually pan out. Knight of Coins. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck. This is very slow forward movement, very monotonous kind of an energy. It's usually a very frustrating type of an energy where someone wants something to happen at a pretty fast pace and they're getting this really slow snail's pace here. Usually really frustrating energy. When you're going through the Knight of Pentacles energy, it's really hard to tell the difference between this and the Hanged Man. Like the Hanged Man would be things are actually stuck and not moving whatsoever. No progress is happening. Here, progress is happening. It's just happening at such a slow pace you may not be able to tell from where you're sitting. So this is the overall gist of what the reading is going to talk to me about here. We'll probably come back to this more as we go along. But this mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you here in February 2023. It doesn't necessarily have to affect you both the same way. Sometimes they did this and you're feeling it. Sometimes the opposite occurs. Sometimes this is legitimately some external energy that's affecting both of you. But here in February 2023, the mutual point of interest between the two of you is the Five of Wands. This is Leo energy. Fives are conflict. Wands are about passions, desires. So this is some sort of a conflict in desires here. It could be an internal conflict where potentially you have a conflict in your desires, where a piece of you wants this person and another piece of you wants something opposite of that, and you're kind of playing this game of tug of war inside what it is that you really want. It could be that that's happening for your person and it's affecting you. This could even be because this is the shared energy affecting you both. They could want one thing and you could want pretty much the opposite of that, and you guys are internally conflicting like against each other, pulling against each other here. So let's clarify this, see what else we can find out here. Tell me more about this Five of Wands. Why is this the mutual point of interest between Sagittarius and their romantic person of interest in February 2023, please? Let's get two more on this Five of Wands. Why is this the shared energy between Sagittarius and their person? We're getting an extra card at the end every single time so far here. On the bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Now this is either Sagittarius or Leo energy. I've got Leo energy here that I'm clarifying right now. I'm getting ahead of myself, but one of the extra cards that came out for your person is also the King of Wands. So I'm seeing it in both decks now. The King of Wands is usually some really bold, passionate, driven person that knows exactly what he wants, and he goes after what he wants with like bold, fiery determination. This is someone who's really driven and motivated. They're like a go-getter. They're like the kind of person that's not going to take no for an answer. This is someone who knows what they want and they're going to go get it. They're either going to find a way to get it or they're going to make a way to get it. Because the wand represents the phallic symbol of the deck, and it's about passion and desire and sexual energy. This is someone who's not just driven and motivated, but they're also driven and motivated by passion and desire and sexual energy. I have Judgment right underneath that. This is a powerful energy of a final decision being made. In a love reading, this is a decision about, are we going to call this relationship dead and over with? Or can we resurrect it? Can we bring it back to life? Can we transform it in a way that it's never going to be like this again? Some final decision about that. We have a Tower right behind that. So we had something devastating happen. This is an energy of something coming apart, something coming crashing down all around you. It's like a game changer. It's like a foundation rocking event where when this Tower happens, this Tower moment, nothing's the same as it was before that. It's not the same anymore. I know it shows a building exploding on the card, but this is more of a metaphor. It's not really like your garage exploded all over your backyard. It's more of a metaphor of something, some structure you formed in your life collapsing in front of you. Sometimes that's a relationship coming apart. Sometimes it is a belief system coming apart right in front of your eyes. In other words, like maybe you believed that this relationship was something special, that it was going to go somewhere, and now something has happened to change that belief, and maybe you don't believe that anymore. Something devastating has gone on, and it's caused some sort of an internal conflict between the two of you, and some judgment to be passed. Whether this is the Sagittarius has made some judgment and brought the Tower down, or your person has acted in the kind of a manner that a skewed King of Wands would do, and that's caused some sort of a judgment to happen and brought the Tower down. Something devastating has happened, potentially related to someone. This Knight of Wands is like, Page of Wands. Pages are messengers, so this would be like news, messages, communications about passion, about desire, so passionate messages. This could even be like the minor arcana version of the Fool card, which is about like throwing caution to the wind and just saying, screw it, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to jump off the cliff and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. Well, this is a much more toned down version of that. This would be someone having the willingness to take the very first steps down a new path towards something there's passion and desire for. That's immediately after the Tower here in this little story. I'm having a strong feeling that we've got somebody here exchanging passionate messages, having a passionate new beginning, following the wand, so to speak, and going where it stood up and pointed as opposed to where they should have gone. Can't make it up. 10 of Swords right behind that. This is a swift, painful ending here. This is Gemini energy of an ending. Sometimes it's an ending that you don't see coming. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal. But no matter how you slice this energy, it is definitely an ending to something. Something's dead and over with. There's finality to this. This is like, it doesn't take 10 swords to kill a person, yet there are 10 swords in their back. Wow. Now, when I clarify this Five of Wands, this internal conflict, this conflict in desires, where there's this pulling in two different directions here, I get the Four of Cups, the High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. This Four of Cups is Cancer energy. This is an energy of being emotionally discontent, like not being fully happy with what's right in front of you here, and daydreaming and being distracted by this other cup, this other thing that you believe would lead you to happiness and fulfillment. Now, there are 3 cups that this person is staring at here with their arms crossed. So this can represent a third-party love connection here. There's 3 cups of love in the picture. Someone's not happy with that. This could also represent that one or both of you, because this is shared energy, isn't happy with the way things are going, and someone's daydreaming about some other person that they believe they could get happiness from. Sometimes this can represent that there's a love offer on the table between the two of you already, and it hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing being done about it. Could be that there's an internal conflict about that. I don't really feel that that's what it is, though. I feel like there's some distraction from someone else, and then there's a general unhappiness between the two of you right now. I've got the Empress next. This is the mother of the tarot deck. She is perpetually pregnant. She's always pregnant. She's always giving birth to something new. So she represents the birth of something new. This is really strongly looking like there has been some new person show up in the connection between the two of you, and some mistakes have been made here. Got the Ace of Pentacles next, which is a new opportunity, a physical, tangible opportunity presenting itself. Now, this is the seed that has the potential to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that we've already alluded to when we saw this 7 of Pentacles. Is this going to turn into that maximum stability and abundance and prosperity, that happy, stable home life where we've combined our lives together? This has the potential to turn into that. It's not that in and of itself. It's an ace, so it represents an opportunity. If you don't do something with the opportunity, it's just empty potential here. But this can represent someone having a physical opportunity to do something present itself to them. Could be an opportunity to birth something new. Could be an opportunity with someone that they were distracted by and thinking about and feeling like they could get some level of happiness from that they didn't currently have. And then the final card we have to clarify that 5 of Wands is the 3 of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy of teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. What you would be building together here is that 10 of Pentacles that we've alluded to twice so far, like combining together of lives, like living together, joining your lives together, getting married, having everybody under one roof type of a thing. This is like working on that together. But there is definitely an element of unhappiness here. There's definitely an element of conflict either between the two of you, where you're both pulling in two opposite directions here, or in the midst of being in the spot where you were building something together, something new gets birthed, and now there's some opportunity physically to do something about that. Not looking so smooth. It's not uncommon at this stage in the reading that I don't fully understand what this piece is trying to tell me yet. I usually don't fully get this until I'm most of the way through your energy, and then I can see how it applies to you. So I'll come back to it again as I go through your energy, and I'll come back to it a second time as I go through your person's energy, because then I'll be able to see how it relates to them. That's the shared energy affecting you both. Your energy in this connection for February 2023, Sagittarius, is the Ace of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and then you got these two together, the 2 of Wands and the Chariot. Ace of Swords. So I've seen 3 different aces so far. I haven't seen the Ace of Cups. In a love reading, what I want to see is cups. I want to see a lot of cups. They represent love and emotions. I'm okay with seeing wands, passion and desire. I'm even okay with seeing pentacles, where you've got some stability, some finances, some resources to back your connection here. What I don't really want to see very much of is swords. And I've got way too many. I've got 2 in your energy, and I've also got 2 in your person's energy here. The Ace of Swords can represent a new idea, a new piece of information. This is the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. It can even be the sword of victory, but it can also be the sword you would use to make a decision with. I see a big time decision that's being made here, some judgment being passed. This is a final decision. Got a tower right behind that. I've got options and choices with possibly a passionate new beginning tied to that. So this can be the sword you would decide with, like the word decision, the Latin word it comes from means to cut off, like to cut off the other options and be left with only one option. This can also be the sword you would use to sever a relationship with. So let's clarify that, see what else I can find out for you. Tell me about this Ace of Swords. Why is this here for Sagittarius's energy, please? Why is this here for Sagittarius? Okay. Bottom of the deck. Son of a bitch. 3 of Swords. This is Libra energy. This is heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. Now, that third energy is not always a romantic third party, although it definitely can be a romantic third party. This could be nosy friends, nosy family members, nosy neighbors, co-workers, anyone that's not you, that's not your person, sticking their nose where it doesn't belong and causing some sort of a heartbreaking situation here. Anything that we do enough of is going to start to pick up its own energy. Like my business has an energy. It affects my life. It affects my family's life. So work, career can be this third energy. A drinking problem could be this third energy. An addiction of some kind. Geographic distance. Like pretty much anything that's not directly you, that's not directly your person, can become this third energy here. So if you're asking the question, well, could that third energy be whatever? Yeah, it could be if you're asking. Right under that, I have the King of Cups. This is Scorpio or Pisces energy here. This is a decision-making energy, but it's someone who makes their decisions with their heart, not with their head. So this is usually someone who's very in tune with their emotions, very in tune with their intuition. No matter how rough and choppy the waters get around the King of Cups, he's not one that you're going to be able to just read what's going on with him emotionally. This is the kind of person who does not wear his heart on his sleeve, which means he could be in emotional turmoil and you would never know sitting next to him on the couch. You wouldn't be able to tell, and he's not going to tell you. This could also be the kind of person that loves you dearly and you wouldn't know because they don't tell you. This could just represent, if this is your person, how you're viewing your person. This could represent that you have a lot of love and emotions for him, viewing him as like a counterpart to you in terms of the emotional department. Could just represent that your person had some third energy going on that was affecting them emotionally because they weren't happy and they weren't letting you in on that information. Yeah. We got someone who is definitely in touch with their emotions, but then we've also got this 8 of Cups energy here, which is, it's Pisces energy of detachment, like emotional detachment, emotionally detaching, physically walking away. The person in the card is walking away from 8 cups of love, which is probably enough for most people, but this person thinks there's something better out there for them. So they're making the conscious decision to walk away from what they have to go down a new path, often search for their 9th and their 10th cup, their own personal wish fulfillment, the happy fairy tale love connection that we all dream of. They're walking away from what they have to go see if they can get something better here. Now, if this is representing your energy, this could be, hey, you're heartbroken and sad because something happened here, and even though you have a lot of love and emotions for this person, you're realizing that 8 cups is the absolute best they're ever going to be able to give you, so you're choosing to walk away from the connection, sever the connection, to go find your own happiness, to go find that 9th and 10th cup that you deserve. If this is representing your person, This would be someone who has like the grass is greener on the other side of the fence syndrome, where like they're constantly not happy with what they have in front of them, and they're always daydreaming and distracted by this other thing that they think would make them happier. So they run off to see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. And what they almost always find out is it's got nothing to do with the fence. The grass being green has nothing to do with which side of the fence it's on. The grass is greener where you water it, where you nurture it, where you pour something of yourself into it. So a lot of times they find out that the grass isn't greener on the other side of the fence, and then at some point they try to come back. Seven of Swords right under that. This is Aquarius energy. This is usually very not good energy. This is lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't be trying to get away with, like manipulation, deception, something like that. Wheel of Fortune. This is some change in the luck and fortune of the connection. I have a strong feeling here that your person has done something stupid that they shouldn't have done, and that has either led to you severing the connection, or possibly they have severed you. It's showing up as the first card in your energy, and a person's first card is always their most important. The difficult thing to tell in a general reading like this for the collective of Sagittarius people is this you that severed the connection, or did your person sever the connection and it's showing up as your first card because it strongly affected you? Now, when I clarify that Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles again, Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands. Again, we've already seen this Knight of Pentacles, slowest knight in the deck, very frustrating energy. It's like expecting something to happen, wanting it to happen at a pretty quick pace, and you're getting the snail's pace instead, possibly such a slow pace that you might not be able to tell anything's moving at all, that progress is being made at all. This is usually an energy that requires a tremendous amount of patience to get through. This can also represent a person who knows what they're supposed to do, yet just doesn't do it. You can see he's holding the seed of abundance in his hand, yet the fields behind him are completely empty. He hasn't planted the seed. He knows he has it. It's in his hand. He's looking right at it, but he hasn't done anything with it yet. So this can represent someone who knows what they're supposed to do, but doesn't. You've got them not being happy. You've got them having the birth of something new, an opportunity to do something about that, a passionate new beginning, options and choices, potential third party involved here, and maybe they're not doing the right thing. Maybe you're waiting on a decision from them and it's happening so slow that it feels like no movement's happening. But next I have the Seven of Wands, which is Leo energy. This is a card of being walled off and defensive about something. It's usually about being defensive, like defending yourself against other external energy coming at you, what other people think, what other people say. This can be an energy of like fighting to defend your position on something, defend your stance on something, or even fighting to defend the connection, fighting for what it is that you desire, what you believe in, what you want, fighting for that. Can also be a card of defending against accusations of some kind. I've got quite a bit of hints here so far this early in the reading that we got some other person being involved, and it could be them defending against accusations of that. It could be you might be waiting on them to actually fight for the connection and prove that they want it. Knight of Wands is next. This is the second fastest knight in the deck. Again, it's a wand. It's someone who's very motivated by passion and desire. This is about taking very rapid forward movement, rapid, passionate action on something there's passion and desire for. This is also, though, like a wishy-washy, non-committal kind of an energy, because the Knight of Wands will come rushing in all fast, but then he's just as prone to like change his mind and pull back and rush the opposite way just as fast, especially when I've got this as the shared energy affecting you both, an internal conflict. This could have like a real start and stop kind of a mentality to it, like okay, I'm gung-ho about this connection, I'm coming full force at you at top speed with all this passion and desire, and then for some reason suddenly pull back and go the other way with that. This is someone who has like a hard time staying fully committed to what it is that they say that they want. This is even sometimes referred to as the player of the tarot deck. It could be someone who comes rushing in all passionately with you and gets what they want, and then they rush out somewhere else just as passionately and get what they want there and try and play both sides of the fence. Central to your energy here in February, we have the Five of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is the second five I have. Again, fives are conflict. This is a conflict in thinking. It could be a conflict in communications. It can be an argument, a big fight, bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons, tongues being used like swords to cut each other. This is usually a really negative energy here. So this is either a fight. At its core, this card is about some mentally or psychologically painful situation or event. This can be anything, like I said, from a fight to a breakup to like physical altercation. This can be any number of things, a betrayal of some kind. Let's clarify this and see what else I can find out for you. Tell me about this Five of Swords for Sagittarius. Why is that central to their energy here? No, February 2022. Why is the Five of Swords here? Thank you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups again. Pisces energy of detaching emotionally, detaching physically, physically walking away, going off in search of that ninth and 10th cup because this isn't enough for me. I believe there's something better out there and I can go find it. Chariot. Looks like that happened really fast because I also have the Chariot as one of your next two cards coming up here. Clarifying this Five of Swords, I got the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Again, Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love and emotions. It can represent starting over at the beginning, starting over at square one in terms of love and emotions, like filling the cup back up. But that does not feel like what's going on, especially since I'm clarifying Five of Swords, some mentally, psychologically painful situation or event, a betrayal. It could be that your person started a new beginning in love and emotions somewhere. And meanwhile, Queen of Cups is you still having all this love and emotions for them. This is Cancer energy. This is someone who has been hurt before. The Queen of Cups is the only character in the deck that keeps a lid on top of her cup, and she does that as a way to protect her emotions from getting contaminated. She's had something get into her emotions before, and it messed her all up. Probably took her a long time to get over that and heal, so she keeps the lid on her cup to try to protect herself from that happening again. But what she really wants to do is take the lid off and pour her love and emotions into someone. So this card tells me you have a lot of love and emotions for your person. It looks like if you had your way, you would be able to fight for this connection and defend it. But I don't think you have your way here. I've got the Seven of Swords next. I've already seen the 10 of Swords in the story on the bottom of the deck right at the very beginning. That's an ending, probably an ending in betrayal, one you may not have seen coming. But these two swords are not, they're probably the two worst swords you could see next to that 10 and maybe the 3. And we've already seen both of those in the bottom of the deck. Again, Aquarius energy, lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something. It's sitting directly beside this Knight of Wands player, wishy-washy, in and out kind of an energy here. It's looking to me like your person has caused a big problem. There could have been a fight. There could have been accusations of what was going on, defensiveness around that. The final cards in your energy, you got two. We got the Two of Wands and the Chariot. Second time I've seen the Chariot. Now, this Two of Wands is Aries energy. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads. It's a decision point about what is it that I really want. What's the world that I really want? And which of these two paths gets me to what I want? And which of these two paths do I need to leave behind in order to get there? So this is a definite decision point for you about what is it that I want. Or it could have just as easily been a decision point for your person about what is it that they want, and they chose a path that led to all of this. I've got the Chariot next, which at its core it's an energy about will. It's about using your will to move forward past all the problems and challenges and obstacles that are in your way, to get past all of that stuff through just sheer will alone, and then move forward very quickly in success and victory. The thing about the Chariot is that there's no reins that connect the driver to the beasts that pull it. And one's dark, one's light, so that represents the two different parts of a person. We all have a dark side, we all have a light side. This is either the fastest energy in the deck, or it's every bit as stuck as the Hangman and it won't move. Or worse yet, if the driver is not in alignment, it's either not going to move, or worse, it's going to pull itself in two opposite directions and tear itself apart as it moves forward. I've got two different paths here, the potential for some misalignment causing someone to try to go down two paths at the same time, which is never going to work. You can't turn left and right at the same time. You can't have a relationship and have someone else on the side at the same time. I've got that same kind of a concept here in the shared energy affecting you both. Internal conflict where a piece of someone wants one thing and another piece of them wants the opposite of that, and there's this tug of war energy going on, whether that's between the two of you or inside one of you or both of you. Tell me more about this Chariot and this Two of Wands. Why is this here in Sagittarius' energy, please? Let's get one more. This Chariot and the Two of Wands. Okay, looks like we're taking an extra one. No. Bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. This is a change in the luck and fortune of your connection here. This is the wheel spinning the other direction and things going to hell in a handbasket. What? Eight of Cups right behind that. Again, Pisces energy of emotionally detaching and physically walking away. Going off to see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Looks like they're walking away from the Four of Wands, which would be stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection between the two of you. This is usually a really happy card. It's a celebration card. Those Four of Wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. Usually, this is a celebration of manifesting the thing that you want and it actually appearing. That's definitely not happening in this case here. You've got a change in the luck and fortune of that and a walking away from that. And it looks like two different paths presented, and this desire to go down both of them, or you're going down one and they're going down a different one here. But I've got to clarify that the Page of Wands, Death, Temperance, and the Three of Wands. So I'm clarifying one of the two cards is the Two of Wands. We've seen the Four, now I've got the Three. So we're all over the place in terms of the ordering of that. This Page of Wands is, again, news, messages, communications of passion and desire, or someone having the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something they have passion and desire for. Again, we're clarifying a card that is about choosing that path that leads to what it is that you want. What do you want your world to be like? And this is someone having the willingness to take the first steps down that new path. Right beside it is the Ace of Cups, a new beginning in love and emotions. The overall energy of the whole reading, the Ace of Wands, new beginning in passion and desire. And in the shared energy, clarifying this internal conflict, this tug of war that's going on, I've got a new beginning being birthed and a physical, tangible, new opportunity to do something about that. Next, I've got Death, which is the Scorpio Major Arcana card. This is an ending to something. This is something dying so that it can be reborn in a new way. This is usually a very painful transformation process taking place here. And I've got Temperance, the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of patience. It's about not being in a hurry, not being in a rush, being willing to blend things together little bits at a time, though, and then take a step back and look at the big picture to see how is it all panning out, and then come back in and make some adjustments to that and continue to make fine-tuning adjustments, not being in a hurry. This can be an energy of trying to balance something out that's off balance, that's gotten out of whack, and trying to rebalance it. This can't even be an energy of reconciliation. Water represents love and emotions, and here the water has been separated into two different cups, and this angel is recombining it back together, recombining the love. So it can at times be about reconciling a situation. But with what I'm seeing, this does not appear to be the case. This This looks to me like you're waiting on them to make some kind of a decision. And I don't think that the decision you would like to see is being made here. I don't know if this is saying you're being patient with it. I've got the Knight of Pentacles as your very first clarifier, clarifying that Ace of Swords, either a severing or a decision about such. And this is like being forced to be patient when you don't want to be. We have the Three of Wands as the final card, which is a card of waiting. This is Aries energy of waiting on something. This is like, in that Two of Wands, you're at the decision point of what do I really want? And here the decision has been made. Steps have been taken down that path toward the thing that's wanted. And there's this positive expectancy that the thing you want is actually going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. It hasn't materialized yet. So this is an energy of waiting on it and believing it's going to happen. And it looks like trying to be incredibly patient. You probably have the will to try to get past all of the challenges that you've experienced with this person. But what I'm seeing related to them is negative energy, like deception, betrayal, pain, mental and psychological pain, unhappiness, conflict, and new beginnings all over the place. Scoot this over and get us a little bit more room here. That is your energy in this connection for February 2023, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at your person's energy, because in their energy, first card is the Ten of Pentacles. Central energy is the Two of Swords. And these two came out for them at the end, the Four of Swords and the King of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. We've alluded to this a couple of times already. This is maximum stability, maximum abundance, maximum prosperity. The combining together of two people, all their assets, all their resources into one. Combining lives together. Usually when I see this card, it's about people like legit combining their lives together, like living together, moving in together, getting married, being married, something along those lines. I don't see the Queen of Pentacles out here. I don't see the King of Pentacles out here. So I don't necessarily see anything else that tells me there's a marriage here. But this is about either massive amount of wealth and money, or this is about having lives combined together. Tell me about this Ten of Pentacles. Why is this here? And as soon as I say that, huh? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Okay. Bottom of the deck. Nine of Pentacles. So we're going backwards from the Ten of Pentacles to the Nine. This would be combined together. This is a singles energy. This is with you or without you or in spite of you. I'm single, I'm abundant, I'm prosperous in my own right. I don't need you to physically take care of me. I don't need you to financially take care of me. I can do all that stuff on my own. This doesn't necessarily mean your person wants to be single. Although from what I'm seeing over here, what it really looks like is they've represented themselves as being single in the physical world, potentially when they weren't, probably when they weren't, but we're going backwards from being combined together to being single here. King of Wands right under that. I've already seen this a couple of times, and like I said, it is one of the final two cards in your person's energy. Again, this is someone who's bold and passionate and driven and full of desire, full of sexual energy. They know what they want, they go after it. They're not going to take no for an answer. Judgment. Some final decision being made. And it's a final decision. Is this dead and over with, or are we going to resurrect this and bring it back to life? What this looks like to me is your person knows that they want to be single, and potentially they're the one that ended this connection here. Got Justice right behind that, which is the Libra Major Arcana card. This is a card at its core that's about doing the right, fair, just thing. It's about using that sword here to cut off something that's not in balance so balance can be restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. But just the fact that it's here, especially in a story like this, is telling me very strongly that something unfair and unjust occurred. Lovers behind that. Gemini energy. This is a love connection between two people. This is usually a powerful connection between two people. But a long, long time ago, before this card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So it can just as easily represent a choice, a decision in a powerful love connection. It can even represent a choice between lovers. I've got scales here, things being weighed out, something being severed. I've got a final decision, a judgment being passed based on probably desire, what it is that I want, sexual energy. Looks like that led to them being single. Now, when I clarify this Ten of Pentacles, I get the King of Pentacles after I said I don't see it out here yet. Page of Cups, Four of Swords. King of Pentacles is Virgo energy, sometimes Taurus energy, but this is like a husband figure, like a father figure. This would be like the stable person that I'm building my life around. He works together as equals with the Queen of Pentacles to build this Ten of Pentacles. I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles out here. Teamwork, working together as equals to build something of value. I'm not seeing a Queen of Pentacles. On your side, I saw King of Cups and Queen of Cups, meaning like you're showing up in this, like viewing this person as a counterpart to you. And so far, what I'm seeing is this person viewing themselves as not having the counterpart, as in probably not even wanting to be in the Ten of Pentacles, wanting to be in the Nine, being single here. No Queen is present. Excuse me, Page of Cups. This would be news, messages, communications about love and emotions, flirtatious behavior, lovey-dovey messages, expressing of feelings here, exchanging messages. Saw the Ace of Cups on your side, the Ace of Wands, the physical opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles. Four of Swords. This is Libra energy of like mental stability, like trying to stabilize the mind, stabilize the thoughts, taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break, going inside, trying to calm the mind down so that they can figure out what to do moving forward from here. Now, because this can represent taking a pause and taking a break, it could mean taking a pause in the connection, taking a break from the connection here, trying to figure out what the hell to do because I've been exchanging lovey-dovey messages somewhere. I've got this spark of new passion. I've got other options in front of me now. Now I'm taking some time to reflect and take stock of this connection with you to figure out what is it that I want to do. Either taking a long time to figure that out or knowing what they're supposed to do and just not doing it yet. Right under that, I have the Six of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy. This can represent balance, trying to have like an equal give and take type of a relationship, trying to balance something out, but it can just as easily represent the Merchant giving to two, meaning your person having more than one person, having you and have someone else that they start a passionate new beginning with, have a physical opportunity with, birth something new with, thinking about them while they're with you, exchanging passionate messages, lovey-dovey messages, communicating that kind of stuff, acting single, probably when they weren't single. Central to your person's energy is the Two of Swords. This is Libra energy of a decision that needs to be made, only it's not being made. Either because they don't have enough information to decide, or there's something that they don't see yet, or there's something that they don't want to look at yet. Definitely some sort of a decision here. Tell me about this Two of Swords. Why is the Two of Swords here central to Sagittarius' romantic person's interest, please? Yeah, you don't say. I know. Let's get one more. Why is this Two of Swords here? You cannot make this up. Bottom of the deck. King of Wands again. Again, this is either Sagittarius or Leo energy. This is bold, passionate, fiery, determined. I know what I want. I'm going to go get it. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm the pinnacle of the wand suit here, led by passion and desire and sexual motivation. Nine of Swords right underneath that. Okay, this is Gemini energy of fear, worry, anxiety, thinking about something over and over and over again with all this fear and worry behind their thinking, and doing that to the point that it becomes mentally and psychologically stressful, even physically stressful, starts to affect them that way. It can also be an energy of someone who's done something that in their mind is so bad they don't want to face the situation that they're in. This is a card of mental anguish here. Got more Leo energy right behind that. Strength. This is the Leo Major Arcana card. This card always tells me there is a very difficult situation in front of us here, and it's taken a lot of internal strength to even make it through this decision, this situation. This is someone potentially who is struggling with, you know, internal desires that they have, and they're fighting against themselves, trying to rein themselves in, trying to hold themselves back, trying to tame that beast inside themselves before they make some kind of a mistake. And apparently they have lost in that. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles again, singles energy, representing themselves as being single. Now when I clarify this decision that needs made that's not being made, Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, Two of Swords. So I'm clarifying the Two of Swords, and I get Two of Swords as the clarifier. Anytime that happens, this is the universe like beating me over the head to make sure I understand. They're like, dude, I done told you. They have a decision to make. They haven't made the damn decision yet. Again, twos are about decisions and choices. I've seen the Two of Wands on your side, the Two of Swords on their side twice. I've got the Two of Wands again as a clarifier for this Two of Swords. Crossroad, fork in the road, decision point about what is it that I really want? What do I want my world to be like? And which of these two paths gets me there to what I want? And which path do I need to leave behind? And it looks like they have that fork in the road in front of them, and they're not making the decision about that, which would explain this player energy here of like trying to play both sides of the fence. I'm not going to choose between you and this new opportunity that to birth something new that's been presented, this person I've been communicating with emotions and passion. I'm not going to actually choose between them. I'm just going to follow the wand, and I'm going to run back and forth and try and play both sides of the fence. And I'm going to be sneaky and deceptive and lie and cheat and sneak around behind backs and just try to get away with it and try to get what I want. Try and get what I want by any means necessary, and I'm not going to take no for an answer. This, again, represents the wand. It's the overall energy of the reading, the phallic symbol. Passionate new beginning. Now, it could be that they had the decision to do the right thing. I've seen that Knight of Pentacles a couple of times, which again can be a person who knows what they're supposed to do but doesn't do it. This could be that they knew what they were supposed to do was choose, make the decision. Pick Sagittarius or pick this other person. Cut one of them off before I make my move here. But they didn't choose. They had the choice in front of them, and they refused to make it. I think they just did whatever their wand told them to do. Because here we are with that Two of Swords again. Like, the decision that needs made that isn't being made. Do I think they thought about it? Yeah, they thought about it. And I think ultimately they decided, they probably had an internal conflict. A piece of them probably wanted you. A piece of them probably wanted this new person. And instead of doing the right thing and cutting the relationship off with you and then moving on to the new person, looks like they just decided not to choose. Did both here. Final card in their energy again is two. Four of Swords, King of Wands. We've already seen the Four of Swords in their energy. We've already seen the King of Wands more than once in their energy. Again, this is taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break, going inside themselves, trying to calm their mind, calm their thoughts, trying to figure out what to do moving forward, and at the same time probably not being able to escape the pull of what they want, the pull of the attraction, the desire, the wand, so to speak. Tell me about this Four of Swords, King of Wands for Sagittarius' person, please. I'm noticing another pattern with your person. When I was shuffling to get your cards, cards were jumping out all over the place. And when I'm shuffling to get theirs, the cards are much less jumping out and more just flipping over right side up in the deck, not coming out. Not coming out with it, you know, like they had this stuff going on and they just weren't coming out with it. Chariot on the bottom. Again, I've already seen this. I've already got it here in your energy as it's talking about this decision point, this crossroads. What is it that I want? What do I have to leave behind to get it? Fastest moving energy in the deck. I think your person thought about it and decided to go with what it is that they want, and they're not going to take no for an answer, and things probably moved very quickly from there. Again, though, this is someone who's not in alignment, someone who's internally conflicted, where they want more than one thing and they're opposite things. You can't turn left and right at the same time. You can't have this person and that person at the same time. Had the decision right smack down the center of their energy. It's all about decision, decision, wand, decision. I don't think they chose. I think they went down two paths at the same time, and it probably ripped everything apart between the two of you. What can I say? Three of Swords, Libra energy, heartbreak, sadness from a third energy. This is strongly feeling like romantic third party. If it's not romantic third party, it's something that they have a lot of passion and desire for, a lot of emotional fulfillment from, or at least perceived emotional fulfillment. I don't really think your person's still happy, whatever this third energy represents, whether that's another person, whether that's drugs and alcohol, or something else that they're like really driven by. I don't think they're happy either way. King of Cups. This is either Scorpio or Pisces energy. This is someone who you're not going to be able to tell what the hell's going on with them emotionally, because they're not going to wear that on their sleeve. They're not going to publicly broadcast it to you or anyone else what they're feeling. Now, this can also, like I said, represent that they have still a lot of love and emotions for you, but that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. They still went really quickly down a different path here. To clarify that Four of Swords and the King of Wands, I got the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Fool. Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy. This is abandonment. This is being cast aside. It's about being left out in the cold. This is a breakup energy. Sometimes this can represent like a financial collapse, a financial problem of some kind. Sometimes this can represent an energy of feeling like they weren't good enough. Although I don't see anything else out here that would even come close to suggesting that. This looks like an abandonment of you, or whatever happened came to light and you severed the connection, and then they were kicked out and left out in the cold. I do have them going from 10 Pentacles, which would be combined together life with someone, to the 9 Pentacles, which would be I'm on my own. This is definitely a breakup energy, though. I've got a Five of Swords out here central to your energy, which is definitely like fight, big time disagreement, bitter words, mentally, psychologically painful situation. I saw the 10 of Swords. I've got death. I've seen the 7 of Swords twice. Not looking good. Hermit. This is Virgo's major arcana card. This is withdrawal, isolation. This is like closing down of communication. This is like being forced inside themselves to do some soul searching or some deep inner reflection or some contemplation, trying to figure out what to do moving forward. This could just represent that your person very quickly went with the third party, abandoned you, left, and went completely quiet on you, closed all communications off with you. This could represent blocking you so that you can't communicate with them. This does not feel like a person who is doing soul searching, trying to figure themselves out, though, which is like the other meaning of the card. Final card to clarify them is the Fool. This is the first card of the major arcana, card 0. This is the first card of the whole tarot deck. It represents, that 0 represents absolutely nothing and the potential for everything at the same time. This is the beginning. This is a new beginning. I've seen new beginning all over the place. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I've got all 4 of the aces out here. I've seen that Page of Wands twice, the minor arcana version of this. This is someone who says, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to jump off the cliff. I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I don't need to know how all this is going to work out. I don't need to know what all the steps are before I take the first move. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to throw caution to the wind and do it. This can also represent foolish behavior, risk-taking behavior, taking risks outside of the connection. Again, right beside this decision that needs made that wasn't made, right beside like mum's the word, keeping quiet. I'm going inside myself to think about this and figure out what to do, which again, though, is right beside that internal conflict where they want two opposing things that they can't have both at the same time. Looks very strongly like your person just shut down on you and broke up with you, shut down on you, and took the leap somewhere else. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Sagittarius love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.